Welcome to Holy Fuck. Holy Fuck. Holy Fuck. Two gals on the prowl for enlightenment, sex, and all things holy. Holy Fuck. Each week, beauty alchemist and transformational coach and speaker, Katherine McClelland, and spiritual healer and life coach, Krista Kim, discuss navigating spiritual consciousness in a real human body. Stumbling through dating, relationships, and everyday life, all while maintaining a fucking sense of humor.
Yay, God.
Yay, God!
That was the end of my prayer. I hadn't finished it yet. Okay, yay, God. Go. Hi, Krista.
I kind of thought that was the beginning.
Oh, yay, God.
Yay, God. Hey, yay, Katherine.
God. Hey, we're talking to y'all from just before Valentine's today with a little message of, how about we keep it a little light this year?
Because we know that Valentine's Day can sometimes be a little heavy. And so we've been discussing like how we can lighten up for Valentine's Day and spread the love and not the
STDs, okay? So when you see our little picture this week, you'll know, is that a condom underneath the message of today? Yes, it is, because those are our new business cards. Yay!
Yay! So this episode will not necessarily be about safe sex, but of course.
But we do want you to spread the love. If you do go that direction, go safely into the night.
So, do you have any Valentine's Day plans?
Well, I'm thinking about them. I think, so I'm single. Mm-hmm. So what am I thinking about? So I already bought myself roses this week.
Nice.
This is Valentine's week. So Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday.
Oh, did not know that?
Yep. It's my favorite holiday because it's all about love. STLs.
Oh.
Spreading the love.
Cool.
Not the Ds. Don't spread the disease.
Unless it's the delight. Spread the delight.
Spread the delight and spread the love, not the D word.
Unless it's the dick.
Great, Krista. You know, speaking of that, I had this woman say that to me at a party one time. It totally shocked me. Really? Yeah. She said...
She was just paving the way then for me to come in and say it.
Yes, she said the funniest thing. She said she was complaining about...
What? A woman complaining?
Yeah, can you believe it? She was complaining a little about her relationships with men, and I didn't know this woman very well, and she was 10 years older than me, and it was a birthday party for a little kid. Uh-huh. And we're just chatting off by the side, Lily, and she says, I think I'd give up relationship altogether, except I do love the dick.
See, I would have been so inspired by that if someone 10 years older than me was saying that they just, can't go without the big D. I'd be like, sweet, please give me some of that.
So funny.
And now you are that woman.
I now am that woman.
You have grown
10
into
years
her.
Later, I have grown into her. Wow, that is funny.
She planted a seed in your head.
She did. Here we are. Holy fuck. That was a long time ago. It's amazing where these seeds get planted.
It sure is.
So Krista and I really wanted to do this episode today because we really wanted to add light to Valentine's Day. We really want to invite you, whether you're single or coupled or in the middle of a big fight or
in
like
the process
me,
of divorce.
Or like me getting a divorce on Valentine's Day. That was one of my brilliant choices. Let's have a big fight and get a divorce. Very bad idea.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, honey.
And then there's me, who got married on Valentine's Day.
Such a great idea. Everyone out there, please don't do that.
Yeah, and the thing is it's my dad and stepmother's wedding anniversary as well, and they're still married however many years later. And so they're always celebrating their wedding anniversary, and I'm like, celebrating my non-anniversry.
Although it is your dad and his stepwife.
Yes.
It's not his stepwife.
Just because it's his second wife doesn't make it a stepwife. It's still just his wife.
Step forward wife. I don't know where I was going with that. So but
they're happy, and
that's great. But
so we celebrate their happiness. But it is that moment every year where it's like Facebook pops up, the memories of like, just remember it's your anniversary. And you're like, yeah, like I could fucking forget that. It's Valentine's Day. I will never forget that I got married on Lover's Day. And now every year it comes around and I'm not married.
Yeah. So So finally, have our audience, have you guys ever heard the actual thing that says, please never get married on a holiday?
Oh.
Because if something, or even, proclaim it your anniversary, because then for the rest of your life, when that holiday comes around, you get to have a shitty
I've never
day.
thought of that.
Yeah, I've heard that about New Year's. Lots of people think they want to get married on New Year's. So guess what? Every New Year's for the rest of your life, you're like, oh, this sucks.
That's hilarious. Well, good to know. Everybody, you've been warned.
You've been warned. The girls at Holy Fuck have warned you. Spread the love, but do not get married on this day. Do not choose it as your anniversary. So yeah. So what about you, Krista? How are you going to lighten up your Valentine's Day?
It's interesting because Golden Eyes had like a couple of weeks ago said, hey, let's, what do you want to do for Valentine's Day? And I just kind of had this like deer in headlight, look on my face because I was like, oh, do I tell this, new partner that was my wedding anniversary? Is it going to destroy, the Valentine's Day for him and I?
Make it heavy.
Yeah. And he was like, very quickly, he said, because I have such bad luck on Valentine's Day, it just always doesn't end well. And I was like, well, that's fantastic because that was my wedding anniversary. So we just basically high-fived each other at that moment. And what I realized is it took the pressure off of the day. And I had this big like, oh my God, I can breathe. And I hadn't realized that like with my past boyfriend that I've had the last couple of years, there was still that pressure on Valentine's Day, almost like, can we overcome that it was the day I got married? Like, almost, can you make it so special for me that I'll forget that this is the day I, got married and it didn't work out?
And I'm still living in the house with you, but with my kids.
Right.
It's awkward as hell.
Yeah. And so this year it was like, it felt really like a breath of fresh air for us both just to recognize that, wow, there really is a lot of pressure on this day to make it into something that not everyone's, if you're trying to make it special for your person, then you put a lot of stress on yourself. Like, what about they don't like it? And I don't know what they're going to like. And how do I? So it takes the joy out that way. And then if you're on the receiving end, you're like, they're giving you something. God, I hope they're giving me something I like because then I'm going to have to
they kept the receipt.
Yeah. And then just the disappointment of like then giving somebody something and then like feeling like maybe they didn't receive it in the way that you thought they were going to, and then feeling like, and then feeling like, oh shit, well, I tried. And then, I don't know, I just feel like it's one of those holidays where you can't win.
Kind of. So we're thinking of ways to win on Valentine's Day.
For everybody to be a winner.
Everybody. And so, as I was saying before, Valentine's Day, while it has been immersed in stress and trauma in different parts of my life, also might have been the day that someone in my life might have been conceived.
Oh.
And so for me, the very first year of his life, I sent out Valentine's cards with his first pictures to everybody. And it was really fun. It was very sweet. And everybody really responded. He got all this love back. It was just really, really sweet. And I still have them, and they're cute as heck. And, of course, I had it professionally done because it was Valentine's Day, because it was so important. So this is our official Spread the Love Day from Holy Fuck to You, and we're inviting you to find ways. Well, we want you to be also honored and loved by yourself. So, as I said, I bought myself roses. I will have chocolate. But then again, not a day goes by
that you don't have flowers and chocolate.
Yeah, pretty much that's true. But I did buy the special ones this week. But beyond ourselves and giving something to ourselves, and Krista warned me not to say take a bath today. She said, don't say take a bath. They're getting sick of hearing about the bath. But what would you do for the rest of the world today? How could you bring your love? How could you spread your love in the world? What is a way, like, can you go to a school and drop off something cute? We used to give daisies. I remember we stuck daisies on pieces of construction paper with just said, I love you, but they didn't have a signature, and we would give them out.
You could walk around town doing that. Well,
exactly. Well, it's a little weird sometimes, but mostly you could do that.
Well, I was having that thought of like, it feels like on Valentine's Day that we all get in our head and think about what we're going to receive. Like, are my kids going to remember to give me a Valentine's Day card? Are my parents going to give me a call? I should
call my son right now.
You should.
Are you going to remember to give me a Valentine's card?
My lover, what's he going to do for me? And I think that if we can shift that this year and get out of the me mentality and do what you're saying and like turn our focus outward, and if we spend the whole day focusing on other people and making their day better, regardless of whether someone shows up and gives us something or says something nice, like we will have had a great day, a great Valentine's Day.
It's really a great point, Krista, because there's no way that you don't receive as soon as you give.
Absolutely.
So if you set out with the intention, and this, I've had some Valentine's Days that have been heartbreaking. As you can imagine, getting in a fight and deciding to divorce on Valentine's Day was fairly heartbreaking.
Heavy.
It was very, and you love people you divorce. You just don't, you just can't keep living with them for one reason or another. And so it's not like, oh, happy day, the day we choose to divorce. It's one of the most excruciating days.
Yes.
So having that in my past, sometimes it's been a challenge. But this idea of giving as much as you can give tomorrow and always breathing as you give so that you know you're receiving back. And what if you just walk down the street, make eye contact with 10 people and smile? That's your Valentine's gift to the world today. Change, if every single person tomorrow did that in the whole world, can you imagine what kind of day we would have?
It would shift the energy globally.
It would. It would be like rocking. So we're counting on you all out there. Do your part.
Well, think how fun it would be. I just had this thought of I remember someone we went to school with, and part of her project, I think, was spreading the love. And so maybe she had cards that she would just leave at random places, and she gave them out to all the classmates, and then we were all handing them out for her. And and you could write notes on them and that type of thing. And so you might be an employee at Walmart, and all of a sudden someone has stuck a love note in between the cereal boxes,
right? And
you find it. And
it'd be so sweet.
It was really sweet. And so I was just kind of thinking of even if you got the cheesy little Valentines and filled some out and wrote sweet messages on them and spent Valentine's Day leaving them at the coffee shop or at the gas station or anywhere you walked, just leave a note for someone to randomly find.
I've got such a great idea. I love your idea, but what if you just put them in random people's mailboxes?
Yeah.
I don't know if you get arrested for that in New York City, probably. But
blame Katherine if you get in trouble.
Just say, Katherine from the Holy Fuck podcast. That'll get you out of trouble right away, for sure. But because we live in a little town, we get away with things that used to be like Mayberry. Used to be able to get away with this stuff in the real world, but a lot of people lock their mailboxes now. So
yes, they're like, we do not receive love that has not been paid for with a stamp.
That's right. But might not be a bad idea. And even your postal carrier, would you leave a little Valentine in there for her or him? Just what can we do? I'm getting so inspired by this conversation that we have not rehearsed, you guys, about what to do tomorrow. Yeah, what to do tomorrow that makes you the grand gesture, that makes you the giver of love, that makes you, and believe me, if you leave your heart open while you do it, you're going to feel awesome.
And I think that there's this element in relationship where if you have a lot of expectation toward your partner, they almost can't give you what you're asking for, because it gets really icky feeling. If your wife, if you know that she has this laundry list of things that she wants you to do in order to make her feel special on Valentine's Day, it's almost just she's taking the fun out of it, the creativity out of it.
Let me just make a caveat to that.
Okay.
Some men would prefer to have a list to check off to make sure they are going to get it right. And honestly, I think it's actually a gift to men sometimes when we say, you know what? See that ruby ring right there in the store window? Yeah, that one. And I'd like flowers in the morning.
Right.
And, and your husband, what your arrangements and your agreements are. You're not going to ask for something that he's like, no.
I guess I'm talking about the energy behind it. If there's a neediness behind the energy of needing your partner to do something, it has, I don't know, it kind of takes the fun out of it. I mean, yes, there's the, hey, honey, yeah, it'd be great if if you remember to do this. There's that. And then there's the energy of, tomorrow's Valentine's Day, right? And you
better get it right.
Better get it right, because if not, there's no.
Did you notice that ring I pointed out the other day?
Because if you didn't, I was about to say, never mind.
What? Go.
Well, you were talking about the D word. I was about to say there's no P word.
When have you stopped saying pussy? Did we stop saying that at some point?
I don't know. I guess I just did in that moment.
Look at that. She's got a syndrome. Shy pussy syndrome.
Not.
Okay, so that's not a thing. Krista does not have that. She just got verbally shy for a second there. We don't know why. Anyway, so the idea here is let's have as much fun tomorrow as we can have. Let's have as much play as we can have.
And sexiness. So
sexiness for sure. But, with the right people. Be cool.
Everyone. Well, and with yourself.
Well, there's yourself. There's yourself.
But like how to...
Always a safe zone, yourself.
I think that...
You could make a date with going and buying...
Buying what? Oh,
sex toys.
Another D word?
Another D word. Spread the dildos.
Now that is a campaign I can get behind.
Okay. Spreading the love. We could start a whole thing here, but we're just going to leave it alone. You guys decide what your D word is. Delight, dildos, spread the something. STDs with a difference. Making a difference with STDs.
Well, I'm going to say spread the sexy, because I think that one reason people might get depressed on Valentine's Day is because they feel left out of the sexiness that's happening out there in the world. So if people are partnered, and you just assume they're all going and knocking it out on Valentine's Day. And we also know if you're partnered, that's not necessarily the truth. How many times do people get in fights and all of that stuff on Valentine's Day, and it doesn't happen? But if you're sitting at home,
with yourself,
watching Bridget Jones' Diary by yourself, then you're building the story out there that everybody's out having these sexy romantic nights. And I'm like, well, how can you bring the sexy to yourself?
And maybe, just maybe, you're excited to be sitting at home in your pajamas, eating popcorn, watching a really sexy movie by yourself, because that makes you feel super good.
I was about to say a really sexy porno by yourself.
That too. Like, whatever. I just glanced over, because we were always in my living room doing this, and I have 2 heart pillows in my living room that I got at Target, I think 15 years ago for Valentine's Day, and they will not leave my home.
Good. They shouldn't.
They're just big, part of me now.
Fuzzy hearts.
They're big fuzzy hearts.
They actually bring me a lot of joy when I come into your house, just seeing them. Yeah. It's like a reminder.
So sweet. So sweet. I had a pink one, but pink gets dirty really fast.
Unless it's
red,
hot pink.
Hot pink. Nope. Red. Red was a better color.
What else is sexy besides sitting at home in your pajamas and watching a movie? Like,
I don't know.
What about if...
Don't forget to hug your heart pillow, by the way.
Okay.
Just in case. Okay, where are we going then?
I was going to go to the sex shop. How fun would it be?
You are going to go to the sex shop?
Well, that's where I was going to take the topic.
Oh.
I was going to take it like, hey, just if... Like, you don't have to sit at home and watch Bridget Jones' Diary. Like,
it's true.
You can go out and get involved in the world, too. Like,
and, sometimes it's fun to go out by yourself without your girlfriends, because you can't meet anybody when you're out with your girlfriends, because there's going to be a lot of people that are not going to approach a woman who's with another woman.
Oh.
So a lot of the dating advice talks about go out alone. Go sit at the bar by yourself and see who sits next to you. Go sit. And I'm not saying some sleazy joint here. I'm thinking like you go have dinner. In our town, we have a bunch of bars that have they're in restaurants, and you can sit at the bar, you can sit at a table, right?
I think that would be very spiritually challenging, honestly, to go out on Valentine's Day and watch all these couples having a romantic dinner and you're sitting at the bar by yourself. Like, for me personally, could I do it? Yes. Would I have to be working my process the entire time? Yes.
I don't think so for me right now. I don't feel vulnerable to that. Like, I feel so much at this moment, I feel so much fullness and loving, and I don't feel any scarcity about the amount of love that is for me. So I think it could be kind of fun. And think about it, there might be a guy out there who doesn't have a date too, who's like,
but you've done a lot of spiritual work, and you're at a very full place. So
don't do this if it sounds scary, for God's sake. We're asking you to have a fun Valentine's Day.
Right. So I'm just like thinking, what are some fun activities people like out of the box? I think
go to karaoke,
go bowling, go
bowling,
roller skating.
Oh my God, I love bowling.
Or even host like a Cards Against Humanity night with your friends, and like that's a fun, sexy game.
And what if all the couples actually don't want to hang out by themselves on Valentine's Day because of the pressure, and they've all gotten sick of all the pressure, and they want to hang out with you because you're cooler? There
is a lot of pressure on Valentine's Day. I mean, because there's yes. Is it sweet when your husband comes home with the lingerie and all that stuff? Yes. And there's a lot of pressure of like, oh God, do I feel comfortable tonight doing that? Did I even want to do that? And I don't know. It's
like the pressure affects us by shutting ourselves down too. So sexually, we're not necessarily available.
Just because it's Valentine's Day doesn't mean we're available.
Yeah, it's true. And I think that's the thing, is that we are more available the more loving we feel. So whether we're partnered or not this year, if you spend your day spreading love, figuring out some way to stick a note in the grocery lady's pocket, or, in the guy at the deli counter, or the person who always brings your mail, or something else like that, giving a little more love away than you're expecting in return, you will never get less than you give. So why don't we have that be our manifesto, Krista, for tomorrow? Manifesto is that the Holy Fuck Gals challenge, Valentine's Day challenge,
V-Day challenge, not the Vagina Day, but the Valentine Day challenge, 2019.
It could be Vagina Day. You can use your vagina if you want. The V-Day challenge of 2019 is spread the love, be the love, share the love.
That sounds good.
That sounds good.
That sounds complete. Like that's all there is.
Talk the love.
Yeah.
And then make sure you have your heart open so you get to receive it, because it's such a joyful experience. Yeah. We love you all. Have a great day. Happy Valentine's Day.
Have lots of sex, but be safe and enjoy with your partner and yourself.
Anybody else you want, but be good.
We love you.
We love you. Bye. Spread the love.
Do you want the opportunity to see the gals of Holy Fuck in person? If so, go to holyfuckpodcast.com and join our mailing list so you can find out when and where these goddesses will be transforming lives next. And yes, I know, I'm talking about myself in third person. Open your browser, type in holyfuckpodcast.com, click on mailing list, and give us your most trusty email, not that bogus one you give to Walmart. So sign up now. Not tomorrow. Now. Now. Thank you.